A's were quiet offensively the first 2 games of the series, but they had the big inning today, and Ryon Healy had a 2-run homer during that inning. He is standing by downstairs. And Ryan, we appreciate you stopping by. Congratulations on a big win today. And I want to ask you, we're talking about how much you've played in the second half, playing in September for the first time. We don't want to ask you if you're tired, because I think we know what the answer is going to be, but at any point have you felt like wow, this is a lot of games and I'm dragging a little bit, maybe I need to concentrate a little bit more?
I'm going to 100% agree with you with that. I've definitely reached out to some of the veterans and asked for advice in that regard. I mean, we're deep in September and playing every day. I think somehow it's more of a mental grind than a physical grind at this point. So just making sure that I'm mentally prepared and locked in every single day and every single pitch. Just making sure that I'm ready to win a ball game.
Speaking of reaching out to the veterans, how much have you talked about struggling at the big league level? You may go for a few games, and then all of a sudden you start getting some hits. That is part of adjusting to Major League pitching and Major League Baseball. How have you been able to do that?
Just trying to not let things spiral out of control, understanding that offers are going to happen, struggling is going to happen. It's the ebbs and flows of the game. And really understanding that the next day is your best opportunity for success. Once that day is gone, you leave the field, you leave the game there, and you leave the at-bats at what it was. The next day you show up, you watch video, you work in the cage, and you re-prepare yourself for the next game and make sure you have professional bats.
And it's also a game of adjustments, and you've seen Colby Lewis a little bit. You have not seen Colby Lewis at his best. I mean, this guy has shut down the A's before, but take us through your second at-bat to Colby Lewis. You got a base hit in the first inning. Did you learn anything from that at-bat that you took into the second at-bat when you hit the home run?
You know, I've been battling with timing the last couple days, leading some of the offers, so I think that it was really in at-bat adjustments during that AB mostly. I got a little big on an early slider. I felt like I saw it well, but I was still pulling off. So I don't know if you noticed, but I fouled a ball off down the right field line, and that was the adjustment I made. I said, let the ball travel, see it deep, and let's get good contact on the ball. And he made a mistake. I mean, it was still a good pitch up and in, but I was able to just react and let my hands work instead of overthinking the at-bat and letting my muscle memory take over.
You know, you guys have not had a particularly great home record, which is probably something that as your time goes, you're going to see going to play a lot better. What have you enjoyed about the fans here at the Coliseum, playing as much as you have? I
was sitting there in third base that last inning, just hearing the fans chant, and it really just kind of made me emotional in some way. I mean, it's been a long season. It's where I started to where I am now. It's been a lot of fun, and really having the fans behind us all along, even though we're not having a great season. Hopefully they see the bright future ahead with the young guys we have coming up and the great mix of veterans we already have. I think this team has a really, really bright future ahead of us. It may not be this season, but understand that 2017 is not out of sight for us. But we're going to finish strong this year and then take into spring training and continue to roll.
All right, Ryan, great job. We always love interviewing you, and good luck the final week of the season.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right, so Ryon Healy, another big afternoon, and I thought it was interesting what he said. He said, yeah, maybe I am getting a little tired at times, but I go to a veteran and say, hey, how can I do this? And he strikes me as a kid who really, really wants to learn and get better. And it's more than just taking ground balls with Ron Washington. I mean, that's great, but there's a lot to it. And I think saying to a veteran, hey, if I'm dragging a little bit, well, how do I get my mental approach back? And he's not afraid to go to a veteran and ask that.
You know, he's a young guy now. He's going to be a veteran very soon, like next year, and they'll be coming to him. But one of the many very good young players this ball club has for the future.